Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here. Welcome back to the Bloodborne full playthrough walkthrough. In part 5 of the walkthrough, we're going to go through Hemwick Charnel Lane. This is technically an optional area, but at the end of it, there is a really powerful tool that will allow you to equip runes. So I'm going to be doing this directly after where we left off in part 4, which is after killing AVerMedia. It can be done before that, and if you do it that way, you'll see Hemwick Charnel Lane during a different time of day. Which can be pretty cool. So it gives you an opportunity to play the game different ways. If you've never joined me for these walkthroughs, this is a Let's Play style walkthrough, so I'm recording as I play and as I talk. I'll edit out any deaths that are not easily recovered from, such as in the last guy where I died and I poked in jail 50 times. And then you also may hear a little bit of background noise. It's pretty windy here in New Jersey, so you may hear the wind howling in the background. Maybe that'll add some nice ambience. Okay, so I'll show you my stats. Currently level 32 with 20 vitality, 15 endurance, 23 strength, and 10 skill. I am using an axe build with the hunter's axe. It is currently +4. And then I also have the hunter pistol as well. Okay, and I'm also using the hunter set. All right, great. So after killing AVerMedia, you will gain access to this item here. This is the Blood Drunk Hunter's Eye. You need this to access the DLC. I am not going to pick this up until I'm ready to do the DLC. This way I can sort of show it in a guide, but if you notice that this item is here, that's what it is. And if you want to access the DLC, just go to the amygdala just outside of Odin Chapel. And as long as you have the Blood Drunk Hunter's Eye in your inventory, you will be transported to the DLC. Okay, great. So we're going to warp to the Grand Cathedral. That's the quickest way to go. And I'm just going to quickly pull up the Hemwick Charnel Lane wiki entry, because there are some enemies in this area that only show up in very specific, under very specific circumstances. And I'm not 100% sure if it's insight related or time of day related. Okay, so if you have learned the password for the Forbidden Woods, i.e. killed AVerMedia and touched this skull, and if you have at least 15 insight, certain enemies will appear. If you're doing this without 15 insight, or if you have not killed AVerMedia, this area will be a touch different for you. It's just one of the many things that are interesting. Alternatively, you can also just drop below 15 insight, and you'll be able to go through the area, no problem. So we have 18. If we were to go down to 14, we would not have to deal with the stalker enemies. But this is a full playthrough walkthrough, so I want to show it to you. Oh god. Oh right, these guys stack Frenzy. I totally forgot about that. Oh man, I'm really stacking Frenzy. Is it because he's making eye contact with me? Yes, it is. Wow. Totally forgot about these guys stacking Frenzy. Yeah, because it's now nighttime. I'm not sure if it's nighttime or due to the amount of insight that I have, but either way, these guys now deal insight damage, which is not fun, because if you get fully stacked on insight, I guess it's just a overtime thing. I'm always a little confused how insight works. Okay, so if insight stacks, or sorry, Frenzy. If Frenzy stacks all the way, then what will wind up happening is you will take a ton of damage. It's sort of like Bleed, but with a more Lovecraftian touch. All right, so exiting the Grand Cathedral, we're going to turn right and then start heading down this pathway here. Get a Bloodshot Eyeball, some Chalice Dungeon crafting materials, Bold Hunter's Mark, and then we're going to run into this little cave here. And when we come out of this cave, we're going to be in a big field with a lot of dogs and several villagers that have rifles. So we got to be very careful with them. And then basically as soon as we walk into the joint, stalkers will start to appear. So we're probably going to trigger one in a second here. So there's villagers over there. I'm just going to run up and kill this dog. Yeah. So that's a stalker right there. Another one has appeared there. These guys don't, infinitely respawn or anything. All right, and there's a hunter with there's a villager with a gun over there. I'm trying to get this thing to aggro. All right, so they are, whoa. Nice. Hey, thanks, bud. So, the stalkers are... They're not necessarily, like, super strong. Oh, God. This is terrible. I have, like, all the villagers on me now. Alright, at least the dog is dead. Alright. Managed to take out a lot of them there. Oh, I thought I took out the dog. Anyway, so the stalkers are not necessarily, you know, they're not going to do like a ton of damage to you, but they do have a lot of health, so you have to watch out for that. Get both these guys before they reload. Perfect. Alright, so you want to stay healed up when you're in this area, just because it's pretty deadly. You're going to be getting shot at from all angles. Alright, and it's really hard to see at nighttime where everything is. Alright, coming over here. I'm not sure if that stalker moved. I think it did. Great, so I'm going to come over here, and then we're going to do a big spin to win. Just like that. And this guy I'll go down too. Perfect. Alright, cool. So a lot of bullets around. Bone Marrow Ash. Wow, it was 9 Bone Marrow Ash. That was pretty sick. A lot of bullets, a lot of bullets. Hemwick Charnel Lane is a pretty good place to stock up on bullets just because of all these rifle villagers. Just want to check, make sure there's no slopes to walk up. I don't think there are. Alright. Oh, that's pretty funny. There's like a hard cutoff there of the graphics. It's like something out of World of Warcraft. Alright. Alright, so we got some treasures over here. And it's very likely that there's probably an enemy over here. Unless I killed all these guys. Bloodstone Shard, Gemstone. Oh, this is the guy I killed earlier. Did I not loot him? That's weird. Anyway, cool. Okay, so now that's that big area, this first little intro area. And as we walk down this area here, there's going to be a villager with 2 dogs. So we're going to quickly run up on them. Hopefully, yes. Great. So, very important to take those guys down as quickly as possible. And then that's basically it for all the enemies, except for this stalker here. Oh, God. Oh, man. Gonna go for the parry next time. So, luckily, just on the other side of this door is a lamp. So we're gonna be able to save here in a second. Alright, stalker down. And again, if you don't have 15 insight, or if you haven't killed Amelia yet, those enemies will not appear. That guy's using the Tonitrus, or the Tonitrus. Alright, so this is Hemwick Charnel Lane proper. And this area is pretty small, I would say, but it does have some nice hidden gems in it, including access to another area. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and loot, or activate that lamp, and then we'll start heading down. There are some crazy villagers in here, so we want to be careful. They're sort of all worshipping this statue over here. They have torches. They're very similar to Hollows in Dark Souls 1, where they're pretty weak, but the more they sort of get to act erratically, the stronger, or the more damage they're going to start dealing to you. Alright. Cool. Gonna rally back there. Great. This corpse for a bloodshot eyeball. And then these guys are pretty deadly here, these women, because they have a ranged weapon, which is rare for Bloodborne. You know, if it's not a gun, it's pretty rare for somebody to have a ranged weapon. So they're sort of worshipping like a statue of themselves here. I've never really understood what that was about. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and this is optional to do right now because this is actually going to lead us to a shortcut a little later. But there's a Madman's Knowledge here, and then this elevator is not active yet. We will get to that in a second. So there's a house here, and I'm going to speak to the person inside and then explain what happens afterward. Okay, so that is not this house. So I'm pretty sure you have to enter the Forbidden Woods, but after you kill Amelia, and I guess after you enter the Forbidden Woods, the first house you speak with will be Patches, and then he gives you the Fossil Stone. which is used to enter an optional area. Totally forgot about that lady. Doing this place at night is a lot harder because it's so much darker, let alone these soot monsters here. Oh, dear God. There we go. Yeah, there's enemies kind of lurking around a lot of corners in Hemwick Charnel Lane. You gotta watch out for. Oh, such as this dog. And then there's gonna be a woman here. Cool, well, at least she's dead. I thought I had more time with them. Okay, so there's a lady throwing Molotovs over there, so I'm gonna ignore all this treasure. We'll loot this in a second. I'm gonna go up this staircase to the right here, but there's more than one enemy up here. So there's a lady with a crazy big, like, Elmer Fudd mallet. So we gotta take care of her. No big deal. And now we can take care of this lady with her and her Molotovs. Great, so she's dead. But then there's a big dude who's gonna be walking around. I guess we can take our time and loot this area now, though. Level 4 Thick Cold Blood. And then, is there anything over here? No, that was just the light. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and go up this staircase here. And then, like I mentioned, there's going to be a big dude who's sort of ready and waiting for us by a gate. Yeah, so homeboy with the brick. And then we're going to kite him down here. These guys deal a lot of damage, so you got to be careful. They are not their central Yharnam versions. These guys are pretty high level, especially for probably whatever level you are right now. So you got to be careful with them. Alright. They still drop blood vials, though. Alright, so this gate here... Oh, God. Yeah, this lady's throwing Molotovs. Ugh. There we go. Alright, so she's down. Alright, so this gate here does not open from this side, so we gotta walk around. Alright, we are going to go down there, but not just yet. Instead, we're going to drop down here first. Get the Twin Bloodstone shards. Okay. Cool. So what I recommend doing is making sure you have a torch equipped. Hunter's Torch is good. Either one doesn't matter. Because we're going to go into some dark areas now. It's coming down here. Yep, I knew there was one waiting for us. All right, take care of her. Great. We're going to walk a bit further down. And then come over here. There are crows here. You got to be pretty careful with the crows in Hemwick Charnel because they deal some serious damage and can gang up on you pretty easily. We have a stalker here now. Oh, wow. I really thought I got the parry off on that. Alright. I think I pushed her off the cliff. Nope. Great. Alright, so that's the stalker. And then we can come over here. There's a lot of crows, so be careful. Great. Go ahead and loot this corpse for some pebbles. Alright. And then this elevator here brings us back to the first area, where that house was. There are several shortcuts to activate in Hemwick Charnel, so don't worry. It gets a lot quicker to pass through. You do want to make sure that you send this elevator back down, because if you die and then you want to... Hello. If you die and then you need to run back, you want to make sure that the elevator's down, because all the enemies there will catch up with you while you pull the lever. Alright. So you always want to be careful turning corners. This is why. Oh, God. And now that we're on like this narrow walkway here, this gets even more precarious. Alright, so there's a big dude with a brick over there. We're not going to worry about him just yet. Go ahead and pick up another 8 bone marrow ash, and then you can start walking over. I recommend waiting on this dude. Try to get him to cross the bridge, because there are crazy women on the other side, and you don't want to target him while walking backwards on the bridge, otherwise you'll run into some trouble. Alright. Alright, great. Pick up some blood vials. Alright, yep, there she is. That's why it's better to wait for that guy rather than to fight him here, because it gets pretty crazy. Alright, so we're going to take out our torch, and this will help us out here. So there's not a ton of enemies in this barn, but they do exist. Yep. So this lady dropped from the ceiling, so we're going to... Yeah, she drops from, like, up here somewhere, I think. Either that or she was just hiding in one of the stables and I just totally forgot, which is possible. Okay, so we're going to head further in. And there's just like a lot of ambient noise in this barn that's like meant to freak you out. Alright. Cool. So now we're going to head up this ladder. And then once upstairs, we're going to turn around, walk down this flight of stairs, and then start crossing over. Great. And then there is a person in a wheelchair here that you got to watch out for. That's the creaking you heard. The streets will run red, he says. Okay. Get an Adept Blood Gemstone, and then a Madman's Knowledge. Great. So now we can walk back across if you like. Yeah, she drops off these rafters, I think. I don't know. She comes from somewhere. She's the woman from Uncle. Alright, so we got a treasure goblin here. Try to take care of this first without just straight up dying to the stalker, if you can manage that. Go ahead and take out your gun again just to make the parrying on this possible. Alright. Do the last couple hits. Great. Don't forget to loot your treasure goblin here for some twin bloodstone shards. Take out your torch to help you see. Don't forget about this corpse here with more bloodshot eyeball. And then go ahead and exit the building. Alright. Cool. I'm just trying to always make sure I check my corners here. Alright, so before we go any further, I want to point something out to you. So there is a broken bridge over there and what looks like a castle, and that is Castle Canehurst. You can go there, but not yet. You need to get the Canehurst summons from Yosefka's clinic, which we will recover in the next guide. And then we'll actually go to Canehurst Castle much later, but you need the Canehurst summons in order to go into it. Alright, so take care of this Elmer Fudd lady here with her big mallet. Great. And then just check the corner to make sure nobody else is there. Cool. Oops, sorry, wrong way. Alright. Keep checking your corners. You can see there's a lot of enemies here still. Yeah. So much yelling in Bloodborne. Okay. Cool, so go ahead and loot this corpse. And then we're going to wait a second for these enemies to come back. We don't want to go too far, because there are many, many enemies in this area that will easily gang up on us if we're not careful. Cool. Oh god. I made a mistake. Alright, so go ahead and extend your weapon so you can take care of this lady more easily. Great. Alright, that was close. One thing I want to mention is, loot the corpse. One thing that I want to mention is this building right here with the light on top of the spire. This area was one of the very first areas shown in a Bloodborne trailer. It's actually in the Project Beast trailer if you watch that again. In the original, I guess the launch trailer, or maybe it's pre-launch something, there was a trailer that showed Hemwick Charnel Lane in this building specifically during a time of day that you unfortunately cannot ever get to Hemwick Charnel Lane during. It's like during the first time of day. And I was always a little upset about that, and it made this area much less recognizable from the trailer because chances are the first time you come here, it's during the night. And then if you come here before killing Amelia, it's during dusk, so the time of day just changed and was never available like it was in the launch trailer. All right, so I want to try to get this dog to run. This is risky. All right, I was trying to get the dog to run into the fire. Alright, get your twin bloodstone shards. And then we're going to cross this creepy-looking place. Careful, though, because there's a lady on the other side. Like I said, there's enemies lurking around every corner in Hemwick Charnel. Alright, so you can take out your torch again to help you see if you like. There's nothing else in here, though. But be careful, because if anybody fell off the ledge, they're going to be here now. So, I'm just trying to safely manage this area. Alright, so we're going to go to the left, and this is the gate that we ran up against earlier. So we can open that now and not have to worry so much. So just to kind of give you an idea of where this is just back at the beginning of Hemwick Charnel. Basically the second area where the lady was throwing Molotovs and everything. So at this point, you never really need the first shortcut. You can just run right to this one. All right. Cool. So head back in. You saw those big dudes with their axes. Yep, there's one. But just be careful because there's also dogs in this area, and they can sniff you out from a mile away. I'm bad at parrying these axe guys. Alright, so there's one. Oh, he's still alive. He must have 1 HP, 52. Alright. So that guy isn't ready for us just yet. So go ahead and loot this corpse. He'll be ready for us now. Cool. Great. They'll probably need another hit. But again, be careful because of dogs. They're sort of lurking in the bushes here. More blood vials. Great. And then, of course, there's that lady that fell off before who was throwing cocktails at us. Here she is. Like I said, it's always hard to see it in Hemwick Charnel Lane at night. Come over here. Pretty sure a dog is going to jump us if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I don't know where he is. I think there's 2 of them, actually. Yep. 3 of them. Wow. Okay, so that's the dogs. Let's go back on our merry way over here. And what we're doing now is we're actually going towards the broken bridge that leads to Cainhurst Castle. But there is a lady and her dog over here. I don't know who to take care of first. I was trying to get them both pinched. Great, that worked out perfectly. Okay, so this is the broken bridge that leads to Hemwick Charnel Lane. And there's a corpse over here with a rune. So go ahead and grab that safely. Get the lake rune. Alright. Over here, loot this corpse for some level 4 thick cold blood. And then there's another corpse over here, tucked behind these gravestones. More bone marrow ash. Alright, and then this pillar is very suspicious looking. And if you click View Notes, you see Time for Hidden Path. Rate that fine if you like. And then, yeah, so you can't actually interact with this pillar. I thought maybe you could and it would tell you about it, but unfortunately you cannot. I think what you're supposed to do is look at the item, and it may have the Cainhurst crest on it, and then identify this pillar from it, but who knows. I can't even remember how I found it. I think I just had the Cainhurst summons. Yeah, I missed this area. That's how I found it. I missed this area my first time through, and I just had the summons on me. Yeah, but if you have the summons, you'll be able to interact with the pillar and go to Castle Cainhurst. Alright, so coming up here, this is a... We're very close to the boss now. The boss is actually in this building. But this area in particular is quite tough. And that's because there's a big homeboy back here. Oh. Whoa. And some villagers are going to come stalking down the hill there. So you want to try to take care of this guy quick. This way, the villagers don't pose much of a threat to you. Yep, here they come. Oh man, I thought I had way more time with her. Ugh. Oh my god. Lady, with your mallet. Jesus. Okay, so the tough one is down, finally. That helps. Great. Alright, now we can see what the big boy was blocking. ahead and vial up. Great. And he's blocking a chest. And in this chest is a Tempering Blood gemstone. Alright. Cool. We can continue up here. I'm pretty sure there's enemies in this building, so be careful, but I believe there's also a treasure goblin in here somewhere. No? Maybe not. I really thought there was. Anyway, there's a treasure here that you want. Some madman's knowledge. Okay, and now we're going to fight the boss of Hemwick Charnel Lane. This is the Witch of Hemwick. The Witch of Hemwick is a weird little puzzle boss, and since we have insight, this fight becomes a little bit tougher. The Witch of Hemwick summons stalkers, and they're called Mad Ones in this area. And if you have no insight, you won't have to worry about it. But entering the boss arena automatically gives you 1 insight. So if you'd like, if you find this fight to be too difficult, go back to enter, die, and then go back to the Hunter's Dream and spend all of your insight at the Insight Fountain. And if you do that and come back, you'll have 0 insight, and you will not have to worry about the Mad Ones, or the Stalkers. So, excuse me, sorry, hiccups. So what we're going to do is we need to essentially find the Witch of Hemwick. She will constantly cloak herself over and over, which makes this fight pretty difficult. I'm not sure if that's her up there on that little pedestal. I can't be certain. But after a little while, 2 health bars will show up. So we're going to be fighting the Witch of Hemwick for a little while, and then you may notice that if you run into her after she cloaks and you hit her, her health bar may not go down. And that's because there's actually 2 Witches of Hemwick in this room, and you have to kill both of them. And they can both summon Mad Ones, and they both get crazy. So it's a bit of a tough fight, but it's relatively easy as long as you know what to look for. So whenever the boss cloaks, vanishes, and then reappears, red mist will sort of swirl in an area, and then she'll just sort of walk around that area very slowly. So as long as you run from warp to warp to warp, you should be fine. Okay, here we go. No, that was not her. Alright, so there she is. Oh, that's actually a Mad One. Alright, so that one's down. So now we gotta find the witch. And she has, like, several locations she can go to. Sometimes she's over here. You just look for any, like, debris breaking. There she is. Okay. So the Witch of Hemwick has many attacks, some of which involve... There she is. Some of which involve basically like a spell. Okay, so she just popped up in the back left there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave this Mad One alive, because sometimes she'll only spawn 1. Alright, so sometimes the Witch of Hemwick will... Okay, so she just spawned up there. Sometimes the Witch of Hemwick will cast a spell that binds you. Okay, so, yep, she's down there now. I think this might be the second one, though. Yeah, so this is the second one that we're hitting. And then the other one's probably over here now. If you get close, she reappears. Is she back up there? Yep. Okay, so this is the boss now. Oh, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright, so now we have a second Mad One here, so let's go ahead and take care of the first. Just get rid of it, get it off the screen. Cool. Now it's time to find the boss again. Yep, there she is. Alright, so we're getting pretty lucky here. We're finding the boss and not the hidden one. So the hidden one's over there now. And since she is now the only one around... Yep, there's the spell. Since she's the only one around now, she's going to get crazier and crazier. And now we basically just have the same fight. She's up here now. So we have 3 Mad Ones. Oh, God. She's going to scoop out her eyes with a spoon. Yep. Oh, we got lucky. We got pretty lucky there. Alright, so I got to get off here. Alright. I really just want to get rid of a Mad One here. Alright, see where she pops up again. I think she's on the other side of the room now. She usually goes from corner to corner. Oh no, she's here. No? Where the hell is she? Oh, the other one has revived now. That kind of sucks. Oh god. This is really bad. Okay, so the grab probably will not kill us. It deals a lot of damage, though. I'm mashing L1 and R1. This was a trick that worked in Dark Souls 1. I don't think it works too much in Bloodborne. Oh, Jesus. Alright, trying to get rid of these mad ones as best we can. Oh, no! Damn, that was a parry if I was aligned. That sucked. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so she's over there now. And where's the other one? The other one's gonna be over here somewhere. Yep. Okay, so that one's down. Now we just gotta kill the other one. I think she's walking right here. Yep. Right here. Alright, so probably like one more teleport. Where'd she go now? Alright, so she's in a really bad place. I'm gonna do a spinning R2 to try to just blast back these guys as well. Luckily the boss drops, and we should be able to kill her. Yes, we got him, and then all the mad ones will die as well. At least they should. Yep, there we go. Alright, so that's the Witches of Hemwick. It's a pretty tough fight if you get overwhelmed, but as long as you manage the mad ones and then always keep an eye out for where the boss might be, you're good to go. And just to recap, she can spawn basically in each corner, and then she can also spawn here, and then on top of the other staircase over here. So those are all of her spawn locations, and then they summon mad ones as time goes on. And I guess I forgot about the resurrection mechanic. Let's check the wiki. Yeah, so, yeah, if you do enough damage, so basically if one dies before the other, they can resurrect, but they're so weak and they don't really counterattack much. The mad ones are what you got to worry about, but they can resurrect. Okay, so before we light that lamp, let's go ahead and get our prize. There's a door down here that we can open. And on this corpse here, oops, there is a Rune Workshop tool. So the Rune Workshop tool allows us to affix runes to our hunter, allowing for different kinds of bonuses, and I'll show you what those are. So let's go ahead and warp back to the hunter's dream. And then we can go into the workshop. The final sort of pedestal that we were not able to interact with will now be interactable, since we have that tool. Let's go ahead and walk up here to the memory altar, and we can memorize a Caryll rune. So in the Caryll rune menu, each rune does a different thing. So Communion gives you a higher blood vial maximum. You get to hold 21 instead of 20. Formless Odin gives you 4 additional Quicksilver bullets maximum. Odin Writhe, visceral attacks restore bullets. Visceral attacks grant more echoes, increases defense, acquire more echoes. Beast gives you more time in the Beast Blood Pellet state. So you'll collect more and more runes, and then you can combine them if you find more than one of... so I think there's like multiple Communion runes, and there's higher levels of runes as well. And the way you can tell which is a higher level... Unfortunately, I don't have any that are higher level right now, but basically the mark on the rune is deeper. That indicates that it's like a higher level, but you can combine them. You'll find multiple Communion runes. Oath Memory is basically this game's covenants. So there are certain Caryll runes that you'll find that grant you different covenant buffs. Covenants in Bloodborne are largely secondary. I would say they're even tertiary. Like they're kind of forgotten about. That wasn't until the DLC when they added the League, and we'll get into that a little later. But yeah, so that is the Caryll Rune Workshop tool. So let's go ahead and equip Communion. Let's do Formless Odin. And then we should also do... Let's do Air. That's a good one. And that's it. So that's basically how that works. Let's see if we can upgrade our weapon at all. Yeah, we can go to +5. Wonderful. And then we should go ahead and repair. Nope, don't need to. Let's go ahead and level up with the doll, and then we will end the guide here. Like I said, Hemwick Charnel Lane is an optional area. You don't really need to do it, but if you want to be able to use the Rune workshop tool, you'll need to. I don't think you have to do it on subsequent playthroughs. I'm pretty sure the Rune workshop tool carries over into New Game Plus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so if you've already picked it up, it does carry over into New Game Plus, and instead of the workshop tool being there, a Kin Cold Blood will be there instead, which will give you about 8,000 additional echoes. Let's go ahead and spend our echoes right now. I'm going to start dumping points into Endurance and Vitality at this point, because I may change my weapon a little later. I haven't decided if I want to, though. But we'll end it here, level 38. And then in part 6, we will go through the Forbidden Woods and find a shortcut back to Yusefka's clinic, as well as take down the Shadows of Yharnam. That's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Bloodborne, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm Sweet Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.